FBI.
Hello.
There he
Hey.
is, Mr. Stone
Yeah.
Evil.
Yeah. Love the name.
Bonjour.
How are you guys? Bonjour, bonjour.
We're good. We're here in Denver right now, just kicking back after a long day of work.
Fuck yeah, same.
Mhm. I see
Oh,
we're all wearing the hoodies over here.
Yeah. Hoodie
Fuck
gang.
yeah.
Honestly,
Well,
my favorite
cheers.
part about working from home is just wearing my hoodie and like all of my EDM shit.
Mm-hmm. I've just been wearing the cake stuff forever now.
Dude, Cake, did you see the new batteries that they released?
No. It's been a while since I've talked with Keanu, honestly. He needs to update me with the new stuff.
Yeah, did you guys do was it a Lost Lands collab that you did last year? Because I remember they
Yeah.
dropped a few like lines and a few different like strains and flavors and stuff. Were you part
Yeah,
of that
well,
drop?
he did. It was basically just a gift for like some people, but I know he did. For me, I think it was like a maple syrup flavor or some shit like that.
Ooh,
It was
that
really
would have been
good.
fire.
Oh yeah, it was really good. Stripped the whole
Sick.
thing in like a day.
Yeah, I bet.
Love
And we'll
that.
see you again at Lost Lands this year.
Yeah, definitely.
Love it.
Ooh.
Yeah, we just copped our flights, which was a lot, but it's worth it,
Yeah.
Let's not even talk about how much money we spent on our flights,
know. Oh my
because that shit
God.
should be illegal.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to fly international every time like I do, so
That's true. Yeah,
you're
you're
not.
probably getting hit with those freaking like import export taxes and shit on those
Yeah.
international flights.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's honestly I've never spent less than like at least 500 Canadian for
Oh
a round trip.
my.
Yeah. So it's
Bro,
around like minimum, I would say like 350, 400 US
Mhm.
at least. And
Yeah,
that's like when I'm flying to like the West Coast, it's just like it's so
outrageous.
painful. But
yeah. You've been traveling a lot more lately.
oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're kicking it back. It's really cool.
Love to see that, dude. So yeah, for everyone listening right now, Stone Level was actually the 21st episode of Riot Control Radio. So he's an OG right here, man. Like I feel like this is a full circle moment, right? Like 4 years
Oh, straight
later,
up. Straight
just
up.
like all of the success that you've had and like everything that we've done in the last 4 years, now looking back, I don't know if someone would have told us in the middle of COVID, like, yo, y'all are gonna be accomplishing this much stuff. I don't know if I would have believed them.
Never, honestly. And it's
No.
nice because we kind of like grew in the scene pretty much at the same time together, and we kind of like got the same amount of hype in a sense, like
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, which is really fucking nice.
We were just talking about Rampage right before you hopped on.
It looked really dope.
Oh my God. Dude, you've been to festivals in Europe before, right?
I mean, I did Base Paradise in Budapest, but other than that, I never like it was my first time in Europe.
Was
So
that last summer?
no, it was actually last week.
Oh,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Wait,
How did I
what?
miss
We didn't
that?
even see anything posted about you for that, or I didn't see anything.
Yeah. No, I mean, I didn't have any Wi-Fi or anything, and I stayed in Europe for like 16 hours because basically
What?
I was playing Budapest on Thursday, and then I was playing Toxic Summer in Dallas on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
So I
Bro.
just like did an in and out, and basically,
In
yeah,
and out to Europe? That's cracked.
yeah, it was painful. That was like the
I
worst
bet.
travel day I've ever had, but it was worth it. It was really fun.
Yeah, a lot of people had conflicts because Toxic Summer and Rampage, I think, were the same weekend, right? Yesterday. Yeah.
Uh, Toxic Summer in San Francisco was the same weekend, but
That one.
I did San Francisco as well. But the Dallas one was last weekend pretty much.
Okay. Yeah. So the San Francisco one, I know that like Vastive played, I want to say Friday in San Francisco and then went straight to Rampage.
Yeah, no, he did Wednesday. He played right after me and Jikui actually. So it
Oh,
was
okay.
because they were doing it on July 3rd
That's
because
right.
of
It was a
4th of
holiday.
July, yeah. And they were
That's
kicking it
crazy.
back on the Friday after that.
That's right. I got all confused because we were out there. Our stage takeover was on July 4th, which was a holiday here, but it wasn't a
Right.
holiday there. So
Yeah,
it kind
yeah.
of felt like we skipped 4th of July this year. But
Yeah, I mean you were in Europe, so that's fair.
yeah. And no, that's insane. So what did you do? Like Dallas to London, London to Budapest, or what did your flights look like?
Um, on Wednesday night, I did Montreal, Paris, then landed on Thursday morning in Paris. I did Paris, Budapest.
Okay.
Landed in Budapest at like noon, got to my hotel at 1:30. I was playing at 6.
Oh my God.
Then I was flying out of Budapest on Friday morning at 6 in the morning. And that was like the worst travel day ever. So I did Budapest, Munich, and then Munich, Charlotte, and then Charlotte,
Oh
Dallas.
my, how
Bro,
many
what?
Yeah.
layovers,
That was a
man?
21-hour
Oh
travel
my
day.
God. Get this man a
Fuck
private
that.
jet.
Please,
We'll,
please.
We
we'll
need to
put
get
you
him
on the
the
F.
yeah,
Yeah.
the FBI private jet.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Please do.
Yeah, we got you next time.
It's on back order right now, so we'll have it
Yeah,
soon
it's
though.
the parts for our jet are still stuck on a cargo ship in the Pacific, COVID, lots of issues.
Yeah, I feel that.
No, that's crazy. Yeah, I actually ended up doing Rampage. I left Sunday morning, but I went to Rampage. We were at Rampage until like 3 in the morning.
Mhm.
Went back to our airport hotel, and then like 2 hours later, I had to get on my flight and start heading back to America. And that ruined me, just going
Yeah.
like festival to America. So I'm sure you were ruined and you had to play.
Oh yeah, and I'm honestly we're Wednesday night right now. I'm still recovering from it. Like
Mhm.
and I still have work to do, like I still work at a day job. So on
Mhm.
Monday I was working
Oh,
the
God.
regular job. Like it was crazy, but all worth it. Like
You're
Yeah.
probably used to the crazy travel.
yeah, kind of. I mean, flying out of Montreal, most of the time, it's rare that I get like a direct flight. So I'm kind of like used to wait in the airport and have like long flights. See, like just traveling from Montreal to like the West Coast, for example, like going to San Francisco, it was like a 6 hours direct flight. And going to Paris, it's like 7 hours. So like,
Same.
yeah, it's pretty much the same at that point.
Oh my
Damn.
gosh.
So like how do you right now, how do you balance, your full-time job plus your project? Because I know there's a lot of producers out there that still have full-time jobs, but
Mhm.
they have trouble balancing both. So like how do you find that sort of like commitment and motivation to work on your project, but also still have to go to
Um,
your day job?
I mean, I'm a bit of like a maniac when it comes to the music project. Like basically I work my regular job, I work from 10 to 6 p.m. And as soon as I get home, I make music probably until like 2 in the morning and
Mm-hmm.
just repeat it every day. And, like the main motivation is to actually not have to work a regular job. Um,
Yeah.
so, like I keep that in mind and I just try to do as much as I can in like a night and just try to
Mm-hmm.
repeat it like every night, even during the weekend. Like that's when I'm probably grinding the most, just because like full days of me being able to work on music, like let's get it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
No time to
but
waste.
not exactly.
Mhm.
But like I kind of got used to it. I'm mainly working for, to like make sure I have enough money to, work on all the projects that I have going with the team.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like I could probably be able to live off my music. It would be like a lot more like difficult though. So it's just to be safe with my money and, I know at some point, like with all the efforts I put in, like I know I'm gonna be able to just like live from my music. But yeah, I just keep the dream in mind, keep the biggest goals, and
Mhm.
like I kind of got used to it as well. Like I've been working at the job I have right now since November, so it's been almost like a full year, and with the schedule I have, I just got used to it, and it's not even a problem. Like it's more of like, I wish I had more time to do uh the things I want to do with the music project, but other
Mhm.
than that, I mean, it's pretty chill.
Yeah, for artists who are not as big as you, like artists who are still rising and they have their full-time job, but they're trying to break into music and like really hit the ground running and make a career out of it. Do you think that it's more important that they just focus on like producing, like sound design, like getting music finished and released, or do you think that there's a balance between the production and like branding, social media, all of that?
I mean, honestly, I come from the era where like the music was more important than anything else. That SoundCloud era where everybody was just like dropping clips of everything. And I kind of like realized how important the brand is, how important the social media presence is. So I would say like it's really about finding like the right balance. But one thing I tell to like all the people who take lessons from me is try to learn as much as you can whenever you can. So like, of course, like it's important to have like good music, work on mix down, sound design, and stuff like that. But the main goal is to really just try to learn as much as you can about the industry in general and try to apply what you learn every single day. And
Yeah.
if you feel like you can't really learn anything new, well, that's a problem. Because even
Yeah.
for me, like I'm always trying to, like find new ways of doing sounds, find new ways of, like posting or, like I'm not really big on social media in a sense. Like I'm not like always on my phone or like I'm not documenting my life and stuff like that.
Vlogging.
But yeah, but see, like I realize how important it is. So I'm just like practicing to get better
Yeah.
at it. So I feel like, for anybody who's really trying to do it and uh trying to make like, a career out of like the music, it's all about trying to push yourself every single day, learn new things, and basically just practice. Like there's no secrets. Like I don't I don't have like any musical background. I used to play drum when I was like younger, but other than that, I didn't have like any music theory, any music knowledge and shit like that. So it's all about practicing and being hungry about it. Like,
Hmm.
I love that because
Yeah.
yeah, you have to be hungry enough and you have to want this enough to like find the time to do it. I always
yeah,
tell people that like, for example, the gym, like we all have full-time jobs. A lot of us are like, I need to find time to go to the gym. But like, oh, I didn't have time to go. No, it's not that you don't have time. You just didn't make time for it. But you could
Hmm.
have
exactly.
at
If you
least
really want to do it, you're gonna find time for it. Like,
Exactly,
exactly.
yeah. And you have to be hungry and you have to be coachable. Like that's something that Yessie has always said this whole entire process because, there's people who reach out to us for like consulting and stuff like that. And it's like, as artist managers as well, we look for the artists who are constantly trying to learn new things or realizing like, okay, there's a better way that I could tweak like my social media. Because if you're not coachable, then you're just going to stay in the same position your entire
yeah,
career, or you
yeah,
won't even have a career,
100%.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like you have to be willing to learn. You have to be willing to take criticism as well.
Hmm.
Um, and like it's what you do about like those criticism and what like you're getting taught that's really gonna reflect how basically motivated you are. Um,
Yeah.
so
Right.
yeah,
And going back to your point about learning about the industry, because I feel like 4 years ago, like when we all were first getting connected, like Yessie and I didn't really know what the industry was. We didn't have any idea.
I
And
didn't
I
even
don't
mhm,
know
know
there was
like
an
how
industry, let's be honest.
yeah. We were just like, oh, we're gonna like launch this SoundCloud page, like whatever. But then we kind of started like learning about the industry by getting thrown into it.
yeah.
How would you say that you learned a lot about the industry? Like how do you look back on that and say like, oh yeah, I learned like how to navigate the industry from this experience?
I would say I was like just going to every show possible. I was talking with everybody, every promoter. I was, of course, you got to stay true to yourself. I'm not a big like extrovert person. I'm kind of shy at first when you don't know me. But I was kind of like forcing myself to be in those like position where I was really, presenting myself, trying to, connect with basically people who knew about the industry. And I was just trying to catch like all the pieces, all the advice from everybody I was talking to. And at some point, I kind of like, I don't know, like found a pattern that was like really working for me in this industry. And that's basically how it all started. And of course, like you said, the more you're kind of like thrown into it, the more you can actually learn from it. And having those experience really helps you like figure out what needs to be done and what you need to avoid uh, when it comes to like networking or releasing music or anything. It's all about like trial and error, honestly.
Mhm.
Um,
And
but
like one huge point is like you need to clap for yourself first. Like you need to
yeah,
be your own biggest advocate and get fucking stoked about your project.
oh yeah.
Because like the more stoked that you are, I feel like the more people will follow, you know?
Yeah, 100%. Like you have to be your biggest fan because you're
Yeah.
like, see, for me, it's like, of course, I want to work and, you know, m- make a living out of my music, but I'm doing music. I'm making music just because it's like, it's my passion. Like, like, there's a lot of people asking me when I go live sometimes on Instagram or when I'm doing like, ask me anythings in my story, like, what do you like to do outside of like working on music? And frankly, I don't do anything else. Like I
Smoke
just
weed.
love, yeah,
Nothing.
smoke weed. I just smoke weed, make music, and that's what makes me happy. Like
Yeah.
literally. So yeah, I feel like you gotta be invested as much as you can for your own sake.
Mhm.
Like that's what's important.
Love it.
Yeah, and also too, like I say this all the time, and Chrissy and I like live by this. Your network is your net worth. So
Mhm.
the more you go out there, the more connections you make, like you never know where it could take you.
Oh yeah,
Like,
big time.
I mean, when Chrissy went to Lost Lands, that's how she made the connection with the Rampage people.
I
Like,
Right.
had no
and
idea I was gonna be meeting the talent buyer for Rampage at Lost Lands.
Right.
And then
and
yeah,
yeah,
8 months
they just randomly
later.
called her and they were like, "Do you want to do this stage takeover?"
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
that's
you
so
know how it
cool.
goes. Yeah, right. But it's just like shit like that happens, and you have to realize that you're constantly planting seeds, you know? Like
Mhm.
everything you do is planting a seed. And one of my best friends, Josh Silva, shout out Josh Silva, we love you so much. He's so wise. So we always use the metaphor of a bonsai tree. So it's like bonsai trees take like 5 to 10 years to sprout, but then
Mhm.
once they do sprout, they start growing like so freaking quickly. And
Yeah,
so that's kind of what we're doing here. Like we planted these seeds 4 years ago during COVID, and now everyone's like, "Oh my God, you're blowing up." But it's
yeah.
like, yo, these have been in the ground getting watered for years.
Oh yeah. Nah, I feel that. And it's also, like, uh, if you don't go out and if you're not planting those seeds, like, what do you expect to happen?
Right.
Right? Like, you can't, like, I don't know anybody who got like found out and just like popped out of nowhere, like it's all about working through it and basically just, you never know what's going to happen. So might all might as well just be there all the time and try to
Yeah.
do as much as you can. So it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not everything is a business transaction. Like
No.
we've learned to be
Mhm.
like very giving people, and like I feel like just by adding someone's song in our Dubstep Slappers playlist or just like writing an article for free, like it's these little things that are eventually gonna turn into like wealth and growth,
Oh yeah.
So
Oh
it's
yeah.
just learning to be a giving person without expecting
Mhm.
anything in return. Like
Yeah,
you
I
as
mean,
artists, you'll have
the
like your stone level top picks or like your own playlist of like this is the music I'm listening to, and it's also to promote your
mhm.
music, but you're also like putting up others,
Yeah.
like bringing people on stage for your set, like, hey, shout out XYZ, like this is our collab,
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
just little things like that, just like helping put others up instead of just yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it all comes back to the point where I was saying, like you have to do it for yourself. It has to be a passion in a sense. Like you can't really go out there expecting to make the bag and just like
The
make a shit
bag in
ton.
rhythm.
Yeah, you have to do it because you love doing it. And like I feel like I'm not a big believer in like karma and stuff like that, but I feel like if you do good, good will come back to you, you know?
Absolutely.
I feel like
Uh,
that's a secret to life. Like the energy you put out is the energy you receive.
yeah, pretty much. So yeah, I mean the amount of shows I played for free back then just because
Oh
I love
God.
doing it, and it wasn't even about like I'm getting screwed by promoters. I was just like, yeah, let me have fun on stage, and I know at some points I'm gonna get paid. And
Look at you now,
like
baby.
Yeah.
exactly, like
Playing
doing
shows in
collabs with
Hungary.
straight up.
And that's
Yeah,
another thing
doing
too.
collabs with like smaller artists
Yeah.
that, like for example, I always take this example when I did Dead Walk with Future Exit.
Mm-hmm.
Like Will
Dude,
was like
love that.
So
super
good.
small at the time. Like not super small. He was known, but like it was
Yeah.
a huge deal for him. And
Mm-hmm.
like he's a homie. Of course, it makes sense for me to work with him, but like we always go back to that songs, and he always tells me that it kind of like, you know, pushed him to where he's at right now. And for me, it was just like having fun working on a song with a homie, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I feel like you just got to do it for the right reasons. And if you keep that in mind, it's like good is going to come back to you for sure.
Yep. Facts.
Yeah. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Oh my gosh. We have like so many questions for you. I want to talk about one more thing before we move into the submitted questions though.
Hmm.
And actually your management wanted us to talk about this. So
Okay.
what is the process for doing like a new logo? Because I know that you had a new logo made recently. Like how did you kind of realize like, okay, it's time to refresh here?
I mean, for me, it was kind of like a big decision for sure. And it's kind of like a premiere on the podcast. I'm,
Yeah.
like
You heard it
I'm
here first. Yes, baby.
I'm leaning
We're
towards
leaking
like a
it.
rebrand. Mainly because, I started with like this little alien that I had at first, which
Never
was like
forget.
it was a cool design, but it never really made sense with the name and with basically who I am. And I don't know, like I felt like it was time for me to just um like present the project as basically me. Like I'm Stone Level. Of course I'm Julian for, my family, for my homies, for my girlfriend and stuff. But I wanted to have something that was like really uh relevant to like who I am, and not just like something random. Like the alien was so dope, but
Mhm.
I felt like it didn't make sense. And basically what we did with the team and with Andrew, my manager, we basically just sat down and we kind of like went through basically what represents me. Like as stupid as it sounds, like we went over like the style of clothes I'm wearing, all the
Yeah.
designs that I love, what I used to do when I was not making music. So I used to be like, super big on skateboarding and snowboarding. So we just kind
Oh,
of like
sick.
went and find, designs that were kind of like basically relevant to those kind of like skateboarding moments I had when I
Yeah.
was younger. And we basically just tried to build something that was really connecting all the dots and like all the stuff I used to do before the music. So it just makes a lot more sense. And of course, with a name like Stone Level, like why would I not promote weed and be that guy? Because I am,
Yeah.
Wait, Stone Level? You smoke? Would have never
exactly,
guessed.
He's a weed
like
virgin.
that's
No.
so yeah, it was tough at first, but once we had like all the pieces, all the kind of like references of like uh designs or like illustrations that I was basically telling them that I loved, that's how we came up with the new logo, which honestly, like it's not that far from it's not like far from the logo I had with the alien on, because it's kind of like the same pattern. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it represents me a lot more than just being like a stoner guy that has like an alien character related to his brand, you know?
Yeah. There's also longevity in that too. Like it goes back to the coachable aspect, right? Because it's
Hmm.
like you see, like maybe there's a super dope artist who makes really freaking great music and plays good shows, but if their branding is hideous, then it's just kind of like,
Exactly.
I don't really, yeah, there's no attachment to it.
Yeah, it was
Not
probably
saying your
like
branding was hideous at all.
no, but like I have to be real about it. Like that was my biggest issue. Like the branding, it was just like a cool brand, and it didn't really make sense with the music or whatever. Like it was just like a bit all over the place. And like I remember talking with Bear Grylls at some point, and I'm pretty sure he mentioned that in the podcast you guys did with him. But I felt like I was just like another white dude making dubstep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, I didn't want to
Yeah.
be that.
Yeah. He did
So
mention that. Yeah.
yeah. And he told me like plenty of times that I had to basically think about that, and that's what
Mhm.
I did. And with Andrew, we really
Yes.
sat down and did the work, and really looking forward for what's coming with the brand and all the music as well. Like it's
Ooh,
Oh
exciting.
yeah.
It's
we need
exciting.
to
Honestly,
we
yeah.
can
And
keep
shout
it.
out Kelly and Andrew and like that whole
Yeah.
distorted management team. Like
Oh,
that whole
they're the
team is
best.
crushing it. As soon
Oh
as they
yeah.
told us that you joined them, like I was so stoked. I was like, oh my God, Julian
Hmm.
is in such good hands. Like
Oh, definitely.
they're gonna
Like
fucking
I'm
launch you.
Oh yeah, I couldn't be happier, honestly. And I'll
Yay.
also shout out to Bear Grylls, because like even
Yeah.
though he's not my manager, like he's always been there, and he supported me like for the
Hmm.
past like 2 years, and like he's always given me like good advice. So also shout out to him. But yeah,
Yes.
Andrew and Kelly are the fucking best, and I'm excited for what's coming for sure.
Yeah, we respect the hell out of RJ Bear Grylls.
Oh
Like
yeah,
he's been one of the biggest mentors for Yessie and I, and just like not only the industry insights, but him like he's pushing us to start like to launch a label. A lot of people know we're going to be launching FBI Records. He was one of the people who kind of like pushed me over the edge and convincing me that that was a really good idea. And I really respect him because the insights and the feedback that he shares, like he doesn't see anyone as a competition. Like he just wants to
no,
help you. And that
oh yeah.
is so genuine. And I feel like that's really hard to find in the
Yeah,
industry.
I mean, he's Papa Grills, literally. Like
Yeah.
He's
he's
our
a fucking
dad.
dad. Yeah,
Rave
straight
dad.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he helped me like see competition versus like collaborating as like different perspectives. Like all the people at the top are collaborating versus all the people on the bottom see each other as competition.
Mm-hmm.
So like
Yep.
he's helped me see like those different perspectives.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I mean, once you realize that, that's where I feel like the biggest opportunity comes to you as well, because you're not trying to fight with someone else, you're just trying to make good shit with someone else.
Yeah. It's like you're focused on putting out the energy that is in your heart rather than like looking at someone else and being like, oh, I wish what they had. I had
Yeah.
what they had, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It's like it's probably like one of the biggest problem we can have is comparing ourselves to others. Like just work, stay focused
Yeah,
and work. Like I feel like that's the best way to do it.
for sure.
Yeah, it's easier said than done. And I can see that for a lot of people, especially like if you're not seeing results. And it's one of those where like just gotta keep your head down. You just gotta grind and know and manifest that good
Yeah.
things will come from this, even
Yeah.
if you're not seeing results immediately.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
most,
I'm
yeah,
saying that, but I used to be like that for sure. I used to compare myself and wish that I had something like, other people would have, but I realized it's not about them, it's about me. So why would I put, most of my time complaining when I could actually do something about it?
Hmm. And
that's the
like,
other thing too. The more you focus on like what other people are doing and the more you complain about other people having what you don't have, then the longer it's going to take for you to get what you want. You're not even going to
Yeah,
get what you want if you're
yeah,
just
because you're
constantly complaining and being
yeah,
negative.
exactly. Yeah, I agree.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, Actually, last thing though, before we move into the submitted questions, so do you have any like big tours coming up or anything that you're working on?
Yeah. I mean, my answer is gonna be yeah. I'm working on some big
Ooh,
things. I won't
Ooh,
say
big things
what.
coming.
Yeah, I won't say what because it's not like completely said and done. But yeah, we're working on something really cool with one other guy, one of my best homie in the scene.
ooh.
So like if you're kind of like watching what I've been posting and what that other guy has been posting, you can kind of like relate to it and kind of like put
Connect
the
the dots.
pieces together. Yeah.
Okay, got some
But
investigating to do.
yeah, I won't say more than that just because like it's not said and done and we still have like a lot of work to do. But I'm pretty confident it's gonna be like much bigger than like we expect it to be. I feel like it's gonna be like super cool. But
Okay.
I won't say more.
Hmm.
I won't say more just because I don't wanna
Jinx
jinx.
it.
Yeah, I don't wanna jinx it.
Word.
And you don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, same. Yeah,
Yeah, don't want to
that
be
too.
leaking stuff. Although I will say we do like sharing secrets on the podcast. So
Yeah, I mean
I
this is the
mean, we leaked the
place.
logo technically.
Yeah,
that's already one good leak.
that's
Like,
good. Yeah, they already got enough.
yeah.
Stay locked, y'all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we got a bunch of submitted questions for you. They're all really random. Some of them are really fucking funny. So I'm gonna dive right in right now.
But yeah.
We'll try to go through these kind of quickly. I know we're chatting away.
Mhm.
Mushu AU, what is something you wish you knew starting out that you know now about music?
How much like how important the brand is for sure. For sure. Like it's almost like more important than the music at that point. But
Hmm.
for sure, like have a solid brand. Like I wish I like thought about it before actually popping off and like started playing in the States. Uh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Branding is everything. I'm a
Hmm.
brand manager at work at my day job, so I gotta say that, but
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chrissy lives and breathes branding. Our brand
Yeah.
expert.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Yeah. Dakota Edwards 3. When are we getting Dubstep Discussion Volume 6?
Well, it's not gonna be called dubstep discussions, but we're working on something. It's basically the same thing with a different name, just because
More
back to
branded.
like going back to that previous questions, like the brand is everything. So I'm thinking about like launching a new mix series that's gonna be more on brand with like the name with Stone Level and all that. So it's not gonna be dubstep discussions, but it's gonna be the same thing pretty much.
Mhm.
So soon.
I have a question for you just out of my own curiosity. So like you see a lot of artists do like, yeah, a branded mix series of their own that they'll put out once a year, every year. Do you think that those mixes are more beneficial if they're just like an ID showcase mix, or do you think that it's beneficial for them to mix in like their friends' IDs and stuff like that?
It depends, honestly. Like I feel like for me, since the dubstep discussions was like they were like a really big part of like my career at first. I feel like that's something I want to do. But for people who's trying to like get recognized in the industry, showcase mixes would probably be better just because it's like all your work.
Yeah.
But for me, like the goal with those mixes would be to, like give something to listen to when you're on your way to the festival or on your way to the show, or like,
Yeah.
if one of your friend doesn't know about Stone Level, go fucking listen to that mix. Like that's the kind of shit he plays live and that's,
Hmm.
his mixing style. So, like that's a bit more of like my goal with that. But for sure I feel like if you want to get like recognized and get your eyes like get eyes on your profile and stuff like that, I feel like a showcase might work better.
Yeah. Depends on the strategy for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One line 1996 is asking if you like chicken wings.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Especially when high.
I'm on that boneless gang though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've yeah, I don't have anything to say about it. I just like give me chicken. Fuck, like
So hungry.
Give me the munchies, man.
yeah, straight up.
That's funny. Z Ruskiv, what is Stoney's favorite track that he's released?
That's a tough one. Um, Probably the Mosh remix. Honestly,
Oh,
like
I love that one.
it's I don't know. It's like it's an old song of mine, and I don't know. Like
It's a
it's one
classic.
of yeah, it's a classic. It's one of those songs that I can't really put out of my set. Like I'm not.
Mm.
There's a lot of like older songs like Pain or Diablo or like
Pain.
Annihilate.
Annihilate. You know, like
Annihilate.
Dude,
I'm
that
not
song still
playing.
goes hard.
Yeah, I'm not playing those anymore, but Mosh is like still in my set, and most of the time it's like the third or fourth song in my set, just because I don't know, like I feel like it's a really good example of like the Stony sound as well.
Yeah.
But I would say like special mention to Time to Die and Annihilate. Like that would be like my top three. But
Dude,
first,
Annihilate's at like 750,000 right now on Spotify.
yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. I mean, it's dope, but I feel like I've like improved so much like
That's
throughout
that
the
old
years.
school Stony sound.
Yeah,
That's that
exactly.
Riot Control Radio
Yeah.
sound.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Oh
so
yeah.
random question for you about branding, because we've been to a couple of your sets and a lot of your visuals are very much like aliens and
Mm-hmm.
spaceships. So like, does that mean you're changing your visuals too to be more on brand with your new logo and stuff?
Well, yeah, that's the goal for sure. Probably gonna have some reference to it. But it's not gonna be as like, the same kind of like super realistic stuff. Like it's I feel like the best way I could describe it, like I'm leaning more into like the kind of like cartoon-ish illustration, skateboard type of stuff.
Yeah.
So like there's room for me to just like, reference the alien and stuff like that. But I don't have any new visuals done yet. So it's still gonna be the same for like the next couple of shows. As soon as I get like new visuals, gonna start like putting them on. But yeah, I'm kind of really shifting away from it. But like I said, like there's place for like all the references and kind of like, keep it in the brand, just like not the main focus.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Visuals are expensive too.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Custom,
Yep.
you got like
especially.
50K sitting around. I don't know.
Exactly. It's so yeah.
It's a
I mean,
lot.
that's why I'm working still,
Yeah.
want to be able to do it as quick as possible.
Yep. So Reggie Desjardins is asking when the Jacqueline Hyde collab is dropping.
I have no idea. I'll be like super honest. Like the man's fucking busy and he's crushing it. So
Crushing it.
I'm not like putting pressure on him to, release it. Like I feel like it's one of those songs that no matter when we release it, like it's still gonna bop. Like
Mhm.
I'm not stressed about it.
I need
But
that
for
collab
sure,
Yeah, I need
ASAP.
to hear that. I don't know
I,
which one that is.
Dude, I
um
remember, was it Red Rocks?
yeah, I
Or
brought him on stage with me at Red Rocks.
yeah, that's when I
Mm.
heard it. And I was
Yeah.
like, this song fucks. I need
Yeah.
that collab
Ah,
Yeah.
ASAP.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about it, but I know he has a pretty like busy schedule in terms of releases. So do I as well, like so
good.
that's probably my biggest problem. I have like too many songs sitting in the vault, so it's kind of like hard to just like push everything out like at the same time.
It's a good
Um
problem
Not
to
a
have.
yeah, not a bad problem to have, I was about to say.
A
yeah.
lot of artists are the exact opposite. Like the label's like, hey, send a playlist. They don't have a playlist?
Yeah, no, it's like the total opposite for me. I'm probably sitting on what, like fucking like 35 songs right now. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I would want to do an album, but I don't know. Like, it's like we're gonna talk about it with the team and see what's possible to do. But yeah, we for sure have like some other stuff lined up for now. So I
Good.
can't really tell.
We'll be locked.
Mm-hmm. You have to.
Yep, exactly. But if that collab ever drops, we want to do a premiere on it. Okay. So
Gotcha.
Dubstep FBI gets dibs.
All right, gotcha.
You hit us up.
All right. I'll do it.
So Zer's Music is wondering, what is the funniest thing you've seen at a festival or show, like just any show?
That's a tough one, actually. I don't have anything like kind of like popping to my mind right now.
You've never seen someone get their ass eaten on the rail?
No. No.
I mean, the funniest thing I saw of you was at the Excision show like 2 years ago. We all got super stoned, and just you dancing was like the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, or I mean, not so long ago, I went and started a mosh pit in fucking Minneapolis. But then that's so like not the kind of thing I would do. But things that I saw, I don't know. I'm most of the time I'm pretty just like high chilling in the in the backstage or like just like walking around the crowd. So like I'm not really paying attention to like a lot of stuff. Uh, that's it. I'll give you an answers like after the podcast if I find one, so you guys can repost it.
Yeah.
But
Report back.
yeah, I don't have anything that really comes to mind right now.
We have a really awesome question for you from a fan named Ashley Baker 0000, and she's wondering if you're single.
No, I have a beautiful girlfriend that I love, and she's the best.
We love her too. We've met her a couple times,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've met her a few times.
yeah,
Mhm.
Lost Lands, I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the thing is, she doesn't really speak English, so like it's kind of hard for her to really connect with everybody. But she's practicing. She's practicing.
I might
Oh
have
yeah.
to speak a little French to her next time I see her.
I mean, that would be fair. She's working. She's working to get better at it, so that would be a fair move.
I only know how to say je ne parle pas français.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I speak Spanish.
Does that count?
Nah, it's close enough, but yeah,
Too
it
bad.
doesn't
It's
count.
kind of close enough. Yeah, like I was learning French a little bit in high school, and I remember some of the words, like it was a
Yeah,
little easier for me to translate some of the words, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's a tough language to learn, honestly. Like I'm probably, in school I was better like in English than in French. Like,
Mm.
but yeah, I don't blame you guys. It's not an easy one to learn.
Yeah. I went to France a couple weeks ago and I only learned how to say like that. And then I need a glass of red wine.
I mean, that's pretty much
Yeah.
all you need to know in French.
Priorities.
Yeah. I was like, Mom, we're good.
Yeah.
it's like in Mexico too. Anytime my friends need to learn Spanish, I'm like, all you need to know is cerveza and baño. And that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, next one here. It's not really a question, it's just weed friendly is saying, why are you the fucking best?
I don't know.
He is him. Stone level is
Uh,
him.
Yeah, I mean, just smoke weed and be chill. I feel like that would probably be my answer. I don't know.
It's working.
Hmm.
Real question. Tyler _ JP25. Who is the most fun to go back to back with?
Muerte. Muerte.
Sick.
100%. He's my guy for
Are
sure.
we gonna get another stone level back-to-back Muerte soon?
Probably, yeah. Probably.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Dude, Morte was so funny at Rampage. Like
I swear he's the best. He's the fucking best.
he's
Like,
so funny. Like he was cracking so many jokes, and also just like he took the citation pads for me at one point and he was like writing up citations for people for us. Like it was
yeah,
hilarious.
I mean, he's Canadian too, so
That's right.
Canadian connection.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
nah, in terms of music, like we have such like a similar style, and Um, I mean, yeah, he's like such a good homie. I've known him like almost like for 5, 6 years now. So yeah, definitely. In terms of back to back, for sure, like he's one of my favorite. But in terms of like doing collabs as well, like he's one of my favorite.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, I won't exclude all the homies from Montreal too. Like, you know, they're my guys, but I haven't got the chance to really play with them in the States yet. So I would say Muerte.
Mhm. Cool. Jack Zalta, J.A. Zalta, he's on our street team. He's awesome. He's one of our great reporters. He's asking, what are your favorite strains of weed?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Um, Honestly, I'm a pretty classic guy. I would say like uh like some OG stuff, or like I really fucked with like the Granddaddy Perp as well. Like I'm not really keeping in touch with like all those like new fancy names and stuff like
Mhm.
that. Like I'm just
There's
going for the
everything now.
for like the good old regular stuff we get to use like back then.
Mhm.
Yep. I don't really keep up with that stuff either. I mostly just, well, like
I
working
s-
with Blazy Susan and stuff,
yeah,
I'm always getting like free weed. So like
yeah, I don't
not a
know,
bad
like
problem to have. I always share it with Chrissy. So
yeah, like I don't really have like a favorite. It's just like I love smoking weed. Like
Yeah.
let's put it that way, honestly. Like
Not gonna lie, like perps are some of my favorites. And
mm-hmm.
then in high school, obviously, there was like Northern Lights and like White Widow and all of that. And now I feel like, to your point, they have all of these crazy hybrids where it's like Northern White
Oh
with
yeah, I can't really
Granddaddy.
keep
Like,
up with it. It's
yeah,
just too much.
they've just mixed everything together at this point and it's
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
strong.
like
Straight
just
up.
get me high. That's all I need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life of Brian .png. I think we met Life of Brian at Rampage actually.
Oh shit.
But he's asking, are you always stoned?
No. No. I used to be, but I realized that I still kind of like need my brain to work well. So I'm not, smoking every day, all day long.
Yeah.
Trying to keep it more as like like a kind of like, I don't know. I would compare it to like a glass of wine at the end of your week. Like you're not gonna spend your whole week going to work like all fucked up, all drunked up. So just trying to like
Mhm.
keep it the same way when it comes to weed. But I love having a good time, that's for sure. So like if you see me at a festival, I'm 99.9% like for sure high. Like that's not like something I won't do. But when it's time to work, when I'm home and I need to like actually get shit done, like I'm
Mhm.
trying to avoid it.
Do you play stoned? Like, can you play
Oh yeah.
stoned?
Yeah, definitely. But
Yeah.
I would say I'd rather play like a little tipsy.
Calm the
Like
nerves a
off
little. Don't get that
yeah.
anxiety.
I mean, yeah, I'm not really anxious when it comes to like playing shows, but sometimes weed can give me anxiety, which I don't want to feel when I'm playing.
Mhm.
But I mean, it's like I can dose myself pretty good. Like
Yeah.
I know what's my limit, so not a problem playing like sets like high or drunk or whatever, but trying to
Mhm.
avoid it. It's
Yeah.
like after the set, it's party time. Before it's
Agreed.
I have a job to do, and I want to do it well.
Yeah.
Good way to look at it.
Don't want to be known as that DJ who always shows up fucked up for their sets.
Yeah, and like
There's a
I
lot of
don't
those
know.
out there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. No, not dropping names.
Mm-mm.
Just kidding. I can't even think of anyone. Okay, lightning round. You know what this is. This is gonna be quick, fun.
Okay,
Like, we're gonna drill you with some questions and you have to answer right away.
okay.
All right. Indica or sativa?
Indica.
Same. And just quick note here. I usually only smoke when I'm about to go to sleep. So I usually just like to hit my pen and just
Yeah.
pass out. and like
I
have the
feel
best
that.
sleep ever.
Mm-hmm. That's a
Dude, I
really good
cannot
sleep.
sleep if I'm high. I don't know about you guys. Yesy, you're different, but
How
I just
come?
I get really like my brain just moves at 1,000 miles an hour if I'm high and I just stay up just thinking about everything.
And mine is the opposite. When I smoke, I'm just like dead.
Yeah, that's why indica is the best. Like sativa would make me think a lot more than I should, but indica, I'm just like cruising.
Yeah, both for me.
So this one right here is,
Hmm.
where is the real base capital of the world? You cannot, we already know what you're going to say. You cannot say Montreal.
I mean, I can't say it, but you know what I think about it. Montreal for sure. Montreal for sure. But I mean, Denver is like this close.
Tied.
Oh yeah, almost. Almost. Not gonna lie, I'll give it to you guys. Denver is crazy as fuck. Like, and I mean, it's been a while since I played in Montreal, so
Mm.
like I things might change, but I mean,
Mhm.
Montreal people gotta prove it. Like, gotta
Yeah.
prove that they still have it. You know?
I don't know. Northern Invasion looked pretty crazy.
Yeah, Montreal is
Yeah.
just different. But I told you guys already. It's like Montreal are more like vocal, I would say. Like you would
Mhm.
hear a lot more people scream and sing all the songs compared to like Denver, where like it moves a lot. Like a lot of
Mm.
mosh pits and stuff like that. So I feel like it's they're going crazy, as crazy, but just like in a different way.
Yeah.
Makes
That's a
sense.
fair
But
answer.
still,
Yeah.
I would still Montreal forever in my heart.
Yeah.
Remember a long time ago, you played at that venue, your mom's house? It was like your first Denver show. Remember that?
Oh, we were
Oh
there.
yeah. That's how could I forget that one?
Only the OG Stone Level fans were at that show. I will
Oh
say that
yeah.
right now.
Oh yeah. And there's few people that remembers that show. It was
Hmm.
it
Ever.
was like
And then look where you are
top
now.
three, top
You're playing
three.
Red Rocks.
Like, oh yeah, exactly. I don't want to think about it anymore.
Yeah.
Like I have like
Triggered.
just talking about it, I have PTSD of yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's like to the like our previous points, you got to start somewhere, you know?
Mm-hmm. Oh
It's
yeah,
like there's a lot of artists that are like, "Hey, I should be playing these big shows. I should be playing at Mission Ballroom." And it's like, you got to start
Mhm.
somewhere, buddy. Like
oh yeah, oh
you're not
yeah,
going to be getting all these big bookings. You're not going to be getting paid. You're not going to be making money when you first start, you know? It's like
exactly. Yeah.
You gotta
you got to
I
take.
do it
mean,
because you love the
Yep.
project that
yeah,
much.
and like it was a bad show, let's be honest, but I was still happy and grateful to actually be in the States. I'm
Yeah.
leaving my own country to play my music, which is the best fucking thing ever.
Hmm. Yeah. And I feel like 2 points to that. One, even if it's a bad show, like it still looked good on paper. Let's be
Mm-hmm.
real.
Yep.
And two, it's like even if only like, 25 people show up, that's 25 fans. Like that's
Exactly.
25 people who
Like
could potentially tell like two people each, which, it just multiplies. So
that's how it goes, and that's why like I'm trying to like give the best performance every time, regardless of how many people there are, just because I know whoever's there right now watching my set paid to watch me play a good set. So I won't, like be a bitch about it. Like I said, I
Mhm.
love doing it. Of course, like it's, something you want. You want to sell tickets. You want to have fun and see like a big crowd in front of you. But you got to keep in mind that even though there's not a big crowd, there's some people that actually paid to come and see you. So
Mhm.
you got to be grateful for those people as well.
Yeah, that's the attitude.
Hmm.
So besides your mom's house, what is the strangest venue you've ever played at?
Uh, I can't remember the name of the venue, but I played in Iowa City in like a weird trash like dive bar that was run by like some really weird fucking people, and there was probably like 10 people in the room, but like it was
This
yeah, it
wasn't
was
it,
a
fam.
nah, it was such a weird vibe, and like outside of like the venue was kind of like a like sketchy area, so like everything just felt like super weird.
Yeah, for sure.
In
Glad you made it
Iowa.
out. Midwest, baby.
What is one country you want to play in?
Belgium. I want to play Rampage so bad,
Yes.
for
Next
sure.
year
year?
you will.
I hope. I hope. I'm working for it. But
Mhm.
yeah, that's like on top of my bucket list, 100%.
So fucking sick. I would love to go back next year.
I would
Yeah.
actually love to go to Europe for more than like 16 hours.
Was that
Like
your
For more
first
than one full
time?
day.
first time ever. I've never traveled to Europe. I've never played a show in Europe.
Oh
I
my
just
God.
went there for 16 hours and whoop,
How was the
Yeah.
venue?
it was cool.
You liked
Kind of
it?
like reminded me of uh some like camping festival we used to have in Montreal. It was like it was not that big of a festival, but like it was like super intimate, super like really great vibe. Like I was, yeah,
Hmm.
really loved the experience. Even though it was like 104 degrees outside, it was like
Wow.
burning hot. Like it was still super dope. And like
Yeah.
Hungarian people are so chill. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was just a really good experience all around. Except for like I only got to spend like 16 hours. But
Yeah.
yeah.
And at that point, after traveling that long, you don't even have
Oh
the
my
energy to
God.
like go take a quick walk around the area you're in or anything. Like,
No, exactly. I mean, I was like wandering around the festival with Muerte and Hamro pretty much, but at some point like I was not thinking, like I was just there
Yeah.
physically, but my mind was like so tired. I was almost not responsive, honestly.
You're just like a shell of a human at that point.
Yeah, exactly. I was just
Yeah.
like, oh fuck, let me go to bed. But I knew I couldn't go to bed, so I was just like trying to survive and just like,
Mhm.
yeah.
us last week when we got back to work. Like, I mean, I flew back Tuesday. Chrissy flew back Sunday and she had to go back to work Monday. I flew
Mhm.
back Tuesday. And then I surprisingly woke up early Wednesday and went to my office. I was not supposed to go into my office at all last week, but I just had the energy. But then the jet lag just suddenly like knocked
Yeah.
me out. Like Thursday, like the whole like Thursday until like Sunday, I was just like super out
Oh
of it.
yeah, and like the like Europe jet lag is like hitting so hard.
Yeah.
Like
It's a different animal.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's different. You know, like I'm kind of used to it because like Montreal is like Eastern time, so there's a lot of like occasions where I'm going to the West Coast or like, for example, like Dallas is like a 1 hour difference. So I'm kind of like used to those like smaller jet lag, if I can say it like that. But that like 7 hours difference with me was just like a straight fucking hit in the face.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll be recovered soon.
Oh yeah, I mean,
You're fine.
I'm not sleeping more regardless because I'm fucking working all the
That's
time and I'm
true.
working on my project. So I'm just gonna sleep when I'm dead, honestly.
That's my motto.
Straight
Yeah,
up.
same.
Yeah. Okay, we got what? Three more questions for you. What is the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you on stage?
I would say the classic, load a song on the deck that has a song playing. Um, that yeah, that's common. Or like the emergency loop happening. But other than that, I mean, at first when I started playing in the States, since I speak French
Yeah.
and French is my first language, I was not, as good as I am right now. So I used to like really like stutter on the mic or like have trouble just like talking on the mic in English just because like I was thinking in French. So sometimes it would like come out like super weird and I could feel the crowd like being like, what the fuck did he just say?
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, nothing really embarrassing happened to me, I would say.
That's good.
Like, yeah,
I
pretty
mean,
fair.
at least hopefully you didn't say like the wrong city,
No,
Like you
no,
playing in
that never
Dallas and you being like,
happened.
yo, what the fuck is up, Denver? And you're in
No,
Dallas.
no, no, no. That scares me though.
That
I
happens a
don't want it to
lot.
happen, but
Zach
yeah.
did it once, I guess.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
Everyone does it.
probably just that.
So, who are some upcoming artists that you think deserve more recognition?
Um, that's a good one actually. I mean, because I'm really like in my own bubble, I would say I would need to go out and find more artists, but I would say Neotech, who lives in Australia, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, One of my homies down in Montreal named Lies.
Mm.
He's really fucking good. He's not really promoting his music. I'm really on his ass to fucking release and just do anything he can to get like music out. Um, Other than that, I would say I really love Jace Proctor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
He's really good. Um, who else? On top of my head, that would be like the three guys that really like are really moving like super good and they're making like really good music. Um, I would probably have like more to tell if I had like my record box open and if I would like go through my playlist, but on top of my head, that would be like the three guys for sure.
Yeah, we like them for
So,
sure.
Lies, if you're listening to this, promote your
Ah,
music
yeah,
now.
I'm gonna be on Discord with him like later tonight. I'm
Mhm.
just gonna fucking like, come on, my guy, come on.
Send us your new upcoming music.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'll tell
we'd
him.
love to support.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah,
have to open up a case file.
on Lies, yeah.
that would be great.
So, okay, last question. Fuck, marry, kill. Muerte, Bear Grylls, Future Exit.
Ah, shit. Oh, wow. Damn, that's a tough one. Um, what the fuck?
Putting you on
Okay,
the spot here.
yeah. Um, God damn. All right, I would say probably. Oh shit, I'm gonna get shade for that. But yeah, probably marry Bear Grylls, Papa Grills. Like he's gonna support me financially. He's a fucking G.
A sugar daddy.
He looks like husband
Yeah,
material, so yeah.
yeah,
I know
exactly.
he's buying a house right now. That's husband material.
Exactly. Fuck Muerte. He's a really good looking guy. No homo. Um, he's just my dog, and sadly for future exit, I'm gonna have to kill him because he li-
Ooh.
he lives too close to me. We're
Yep.
no, nah. Honestly, there's no reason. It's just I don't know. I didn't know. I didn't. That really caught me off guard. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, we like to do that. We usually try to pick the hardest ones for people.
That was probably the hardest for me for sure. What the fuck?
Hardest question.
Oh yeah.
You're like, what the fuck, Kelly and Andrew? Like, do
Yeah.
you know they're gonna ask this question?
Yeah, like, did these questions get vetted?
I'm gonna tell
No, but
them
we've
like
actually had like management teams be like, send us all the questions you're gonna ask. And they've literally told us, like, you cannot be asking these fuck, marry, kill questions. And
Yeah.
we're just like, it's for
come on.
fun. Like
Yeah,
it's
we're
Like,
having
not like
yeah.
they're gonna
fun.
get canceled.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do any of those things.
Yeah, right? Like,
Yeah.
duh.
What the fuck?
Also, it's like, who even makes it this far in the podcast? No, I'm just kidding. Nah, I'm kidding.
No.
Wow. Well,
Well,
that concludes pretty much all these submitted questions. Pretty much, yeah, the lightning round, everything. It was so good to catch up with you.
yeah.
So,
Likewise. Thanks for having me. It was really
yeah, do
fun.
you have any final words to say to our audiences and everyone who's listening and who made it this far into the podcast?
I mean, shout out Dubstep FBI forever.
Oh,
Love you
my
guys
heart.
for sure. And I mean, yeah, keep your eyes peeled for all the shit cooking. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, just keep having fun with this music shit for sure.
Mhm.
That's what I would have to say.
Hell yeah.
Keep crushing
Okay.
it, dude. And we'll see you hopefully at Lost Lands or
Mhm.
maybe
Yeah.
a show sooner than that. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Definitely Lost
Okay.
Lands. Definitely.
Yep, the Dubstep Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Fuck
we're gonna
yeah.
get stoned at Lost Lands.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we have to.